For the first time, I would say ever, we are seeing the level of information warfare that has never been to this level since the adaptation of smartphones, social media, as we're seeing this unfold between two adversaries that are very well developed, and we're actually seeing this play out in real time. And I think U.S. service members should take notes because this is going to be important.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change.
So you see all those TikTok dances, funny trends in uniform, and obviously sharing anything that you can. I'm seeing more people do more of this. Like, there was a tag that said, before Russia posts a photo of military people, and I'm just like, are you sure this isn't data collection to just be like, all right, now we're going to gather all the information on all of our adversaries and prepare for when they come here. And you may think, Nick, you're fear-mongering. No, I'm not. This is clearly happening right now as you're seeing it unfold if you've seen any of the videos that are going around. I'm going to assume you guys did your cyber awareness training because you guys are those great military members that have actually done it, or you were in the military and you remember how cringy they were. It's scary when those things that you're talking about in theory become real. So I wanted to break this down a little bit for you guys because there's a couple ways people get intelligence. Human intelligence, information intelligence, like you're talking about from data that's gathered open source or whatever. You're looking on top of that, you've got imagery intelligence, you have signal intelligence, like getting signals from other places, and then we've even dabbled into areas where it's like you're getting information off of weaponry and things like that that produce their own signal to kind of understand what you're going up against. And I bring this up because I usually like to use real world scenarios to actually apply some of the stuff that we don't think about. And that is because we've actually seen forces that are on the Russian side that have been caught up in their social media posts and have also been caught being able to have those geotagged, which if you guys have never seen or heard of geotagging, it's able to depict the exact location, elevation, all these other things that go with your post that you're having. On top of that, you can also see that there's metadata that is included on these photos, which oftentimes will have that information as well. Now, if you were to pair that not only with that information, but obviously we can, ping off towers where these people are at, and especially in scarce populations where you have a lot of people that are moving throughout, you might be able to use this information to try and triangulate where your enemies are at. So this seems very high tech and everything else, but this kind of stuff has been done in court cases already to say, we know you're in this area more than likely because your phone was in this area. So that's kind of signal intelligence, image intelligence a little bit. I mean, we have also seen that there is a alleged 40-mile long strip of convoy that is making its way to Kiev right now. And, honestly, it's kind of crazy to think that we're getting some of that in real time. Obviously, there are drones and other things that are also able to gather real-time information and relay that back. But what's even crazier is a lot of you guys were joking on Space Force only, 2 years ago. But there are reports that China is even looking at ways that they can send small units to be able to meet up with satellites in space and disrupt connections or destroy that equipment that's up there in order to make sure that those images are not going to be able to be taken of their troops or whatever else. But again, I also look at it, I'm like, how many thousands of satellites are up there right now? That is another thing that we'd have to check out as, more and more going up every single day, essentially. Lastly, we're seeing signal intelligence, image intelligence, and all these things kind of coming together to lead us to human intelligence, because we've actually seen some of the Russians that are captured being interrogated by some of the Ukrainians that are trying to oppose them coming into their country. And what we're seeing is a lot of the tactics that you learn in SEER training are being used. Information that could be used against you or to get information out of you. Now, even so much that there was a video circulating of this Russian soldier that was having to call his parents to ask for money in order to make sure that he would be able to be let free, allegedly. But we all know that's probably not how that would go. And the fact is they used his phone to then call his family, which was obviously letting them into Pandora's box, because his phone was going to allow them to know who his mom, dad, brother, sister, co-workers, photos of whoever he was with. They could get the information from his photos that he probably took somewhere that were geotagged to kind of understand who else was there and start pinging off of their photos if they don't have their stuff secured as well. So to test this, I actually wanted to go to TikTok. I was going to show their TikTok and blur their face and stuff, but I don't think it's right because I don't want to put them on blast. But, you know, I was looking at only, what is this? 2 videos right here. I got one right there, and I ended up being able to go to Facebook, and I found this person as well. And I'm like, wow. And I spent not even 5 minutes doing that. Imagine what people would do if they really wanted to. Now, a lot of you guys would say, well, Nicky, what if we don't give our password up? What could they do? Do you remember how many years ago when the FBI requested Apple unlock a phone for them for one of their cases they were trying to pursue? And Apple said no. They said they didn't want to pursue that because of the fact that they knew that it would be used probably in a way that they would not see fit if they opened this Pandora's box, which eventually the FBI was able to break into that phone and actually see what was on there. But imagine if there is that level of cyber intelligence that is going on, you know, almost a decade ago, I'd say at this point, we're coming up on it. But now look at now where people, how many phones could they collect and gather this intel? I mean, you have an army of cyber intelligence people just bringing information together, and that's it. You can call me a tin hatter if you want, but I do want to bring this up because when you think about it, it's not very hard to find information about everybody, and your phone is a documented way that you can pretty much have a diary of everything you do, whereas before, I would say your ability to survive and evade and all that kind of stuff from your enemy and be able to not be killed while you're captured was a little bit easier because they had less information on you. But now you pretty much have your secret weapon right in your pocket. And before I get the comments of this, yes, I am already on the internet, and I always tell people in the past year, I've said this, if I could ever redo my entire channel and all this stuff again, I would do it to where I'm no longer a face or anything of this channel. But the cat's out of the bag, naive, dumb, and seeing how it played out. Even before this, I've told people I wanted to not be a face anymore, but I'm looking for a way to get out of that because I would rather not be on camera more than I need to. But let me know, what do you guys think about this cyber warfare that's coming out? And you're seeing how this is being used, I would say for the first time ever in this capacity, and probably, you know, years upon years of what we used to see it previously. So let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like what we do on the channel, you can always support over at patreon.com for special perks and benefits. On top of that, you can support over at the YouTube join button below this video for special perks and benefits here on YouTube. As always, if you have questions or suggestions about video ideas in the future, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.